Hey, what's up everybody? Prospector here with Watch Around. Welcome to the channel. Guys, I managed to get top 10 in the Eerie Styx Boss. Now this is something I have been struggling with for quite a long time. I've kind of figured it out thanks to the leaderboards and being able to look at the leaderboards and try to, I want to say, break down the teams up there and see if I can make it happen. Now, I want to show you in this video exactly how I did that. So without further ado, let's dig in. Alright, so you can see right now I'm at number 7 and it's really tight depending on where you're at, but I do have 11.39 million damage. Of course, this is way overkill, right? So the point rewards you need to get is 1.87 million, and Eerie Styx Boss is definitely through the roof as far as what we are doing. I don't know if the boss needs a buff. He probably does need somewhat of a buff, to be honest with you. But looking at the leaderboards, you can see Feboo is up here at number 1, and he is clearing the next guy by about 2.4 million damage. This is insane, actually, because I've been trying to stretch my 10 million damage and up to 11.3, 11.4, and it just got me to number 7. If I got myself, what do we see? Well, 11.39 to 11.65 put me in number 6th place. 11.9, you know, it's just so tight up here. But why am I doing this? I just enjoy it. I just enjoy pushing these heroes to their limits. I enjoy pushing the stage to its limit. Any stage that I'm doing, I just enjoy doing it. I want to see what the maximum potential of a team is and the heroes are, and this is something that I actually just enjoy. So either way, even if you are not trying to push the top end leaderboards and you don't have this team here with these high awakenings and the maxed out artifacts and all that good stuff, it doesn't matter. If you use something similar and you use a strategy, it can help you get this boss cleared, even if you are free to play. So you kind of do the same exact kind of strategy, but there is some requirements in this team. So now remember, we are showing off this team, so I can tell you a couple of different heroes, I guess, that could work, but in reality, 1.87 million on the Eerie Styx Boss isn't that hard to achieve nowadays, especially with all of these amazing heroes in the game. Now we're going to be going for Leia, we're going to be going for Constance, we're going to be going for Kagiri, we're going to be going for Sun Wukong, Helga, and Setram. Helga and Setram are the main shield breakers. They are just there to break the shields. Helga has some requirements in her skills here. You do want, which one is it? One of them has to be level 3. Her ultimate to be at a stage level 3. This is going to help you out a ton. It's going to add 3 seconds onto all of these massive amount of hits that she's doing. I'll explain more about how to build them after we get through the fight here. But Sun Wukong obviously is going to be there for mostly for damage. The same thing with Kagiri. And Constance is there for her inspiration effect. And then we have Leia there for some rage gen, some damage boosts. Because of her artifact as well. She is able to give random buffs to the heroes on the team that are in her range, and everybody will be in her range. Now, let's just jump into the fight. I'm going to walk you through this the best that I can, and then we'll go over the gear and explain things afterwards. All right, so I'm going to pause it, put it on 1x. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is going to place Kagiri right here, and then I'm going to place Leia right down here so we can get the invigoration buff, or Wings of Grace buff, actually, that she has. And then we're going to go ahead and place Sun Wukong in the center facing forward. This is going to give him the ability to place a clone here and a clone here. Now, these other platforms are all going to be used up by other heroes, so it is what it is. You're going to have to just deal with that. We're going to place Helga back here in this back tile. She needs to be in wide range away from her enemy that she's attacking in order to get that all those amazing amount of hits. Then we're going to have Constance placed right here. Now she has this range. She's going to be able to touch everybody here. She's going to be able to hit Helga. And she's also going to hit Setram, which is going to be right here in this bottom corner here. So let's go ahead and get those guys down. We're going to place Kagiri. We're going to place Leia. We're going to place Sun Wukong, Constance, Helga, and Setram. So now this first part of the phase is going to be just you want to nuke it down as fast as possible. If your Kagiri can somehow manage to have his ultimate ready by the first time the boss hits, which I haven't been able to do yet, go ahead and you can use his ability, but otherwise just wait for Sun Wukong's ability to come up and then just whack the boss as soon as you can. So that's what we're going to do right here. See, he's at 95%, and until he gets hit, he doesn't really get that boost, so it's quite a reach. But as soon as Sun Wukong is ready, activate his ult, and he should be able to snipe down the boss down to 0. Soul Keeper shield is showing that it is up, but now we are going to wait just a moment now. We don't need to do anything quite yet. Just because Constance's ult is going to be ready, we are still going to hold off on that. I'll put it on 2x for just a moment to get these guys going. So now activate Setram, Constance, we're going to activate Leia, and as soon as the boss decides to take a swing, you will activate Kagiri, and Sun Wukong as soon as he's ready. See, we're not really worried, especially in these early stages, so we're just trying to get as much damage as possible. You can see we're already almost at 500k here. For Helga, when you activate her ultimate, it's right at this L. When this bar is at the L, that's when you want to use her ult, somewhere around that range. It's not that tight, but that's when you want to use it. There's a little bit of a lag before she actually uses it. Alright, so now everybody's ults are going to come back. This is because he gives us a bunch of rage after you take that shield down. We're going to do the same kind of thing. I'll show you a little bit of a trick here. We're going to activate Constance. We're going to activate Leia, and then she's going to have a little bit of a lag before she actually uses it. You want to get Sun Wukong going first before she uses it. Just like that. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and activate Setram as well. Again, we can use Setram for damage for now. He's not really needed for the shield. Helga can handle right around 250 hits. Something along those lines all by herself anyways. But he's going to be using his ult anyways at the time. So, as you can see, that shield's going to just pop real quick. Now it's going to get down to 1. And before we get the Rage Regen, we want to activate Sun Wukong. And then we want to try to spam Constance, spam Leia, and wait for the boss to hit us. Now, every other one, he's going to hit right away. And the other one, he's going to hit right about now. 10.5 to 11 seconds left there, and he's going to use his ult. Or he's going to use his hits here. That's when you activate Kagiri. And that is pretty much the strategy. Try to get Sun Wukong and Kagiri using their ults while Leia is in her ultimate form. But you want to make sure, the best you can, you want to make sure that they are getting that rage boost from Leia at the same time. Now Sun Wukong's damage actually has a little bit of a latency behind it. So if you activate Leia and then you activate Sun Wukong like 1.5 seconds later, he should get that damage boost from Leia. Now during her ult, she does have that ability to give you certain boosts. We're going to activate Setram here quick. And Helga. I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk to this as we're going. It's very tight. It is a very tight thing. She has the ability to give you those boosts with her when her ultimate is going. So now this time we're going to activate Constance. Leia. Want to hit Sun Wukong. And you can see he's going to get that rage boost, and he's also going to hit. So I wait for the boss to hit us. There we go. Activate Kagiri. We usually get like triple S within like the first, by the time we hit 4 minutes on the clock. So we've got plenty of time for that. Now, one of these times you're going to have to skip using Setram, because you're going to have to start getting ready to use him for the later stages and later shields. He's going to hit another time now. Kagiri is never ready for me. I don't know if there's a way to make him do that. We're going to activate Sun Wukong now. Hopefully he gets a hit off before the shield. Alright, now we're going to activate Helga. I'm going to wait with Setram. I'm just going to let Setram sit this time. You can sit this one out. You can see Helga does a fine job at doing the job. Okay, now we're going to activate Constance, Leia, Sun Wukong. And that time he was a little bit behind on his ult. That's fine. If you'd like to add a little bit of rage regen, you can. So you go 11 seconds. He decided to hit that time. So that means that the next time he's going to do it right away. So Setram, we're going to activate him right around 7 seconds now. So he's going to fall behind slowly and slowly and slowly. And that is because he has his exclusive artifact on. Not really much you can do about that. Besides, if you want to use Spirit Siphon instead. Helga, again. Here to pop that shield. We're gonna wait for Sun Wukong. Try to get it to the point where right before the rage boost hits, we want to activate Sun Wukong right now. Activate Constance, he should get the boost. The hit should be coming. Here comes Kagiri. Bam, there you go. Big damage. Now, these guys are in immaculate gear, so I don't want you guys to think that this is going to be done easily. Having this high of damage anyways. You should get triple S easily if you have these heroes. We're going to activate Setchum as soon as possible. Here comes the Soul Keeper shield. We're going to activate Helga. Setchum and Helga should be able to take it out just fine without any issues. They do so many hits, these two. They are so insane. This time, nobody's ready, so we're going to have to activate Constance, Leia, Sun Wukong before Leia. See? Just like that. And then we're going to wait on Kagiri. Leia should be... You can see the damage boost. There should be something. Well, damage 20%, that's coming from Leia. But she also does an extra crit damage boost, attack speed boost, or a rage gen boost as well. Depending, it's all in her artifact. So 11 seconds, we should be able to activate Kagiri. There we go. 7.2 million damage right now. Isn't that crazy? I think it's crazy. We used to struggle with this boss early on. We used to struggle with this guy. Activate Helga. And this time around, I'm going to actually use Sun Wukong on the shield just to get some extra hits in there and make sure we take it out. A lot of the times he can come back for it for an extra hit in between there. But as you can see, it's a little closer. He's going to get that rage boost anyways. He's going to get Leia's boost. And activate Kagiri. Sun Wukong. Man, 8.9 million damage right now. We are doing pretty awesome. We're doing pretty awesome here. Maybe I'll break my record this time around. Even though I'm chatting. Hopefully Setchum can come back to his ultimate fast enough. He needs to. We need him for this one. Setchum is going. And we're going to activate Helga. And Sun Wukong again. 500 hits we got to get. 512 hits. And we do it. And we do it. It's a lot of hits, guys. Helga's just about over with. We might not make it to the next stage. Come on. Oh, I think we got it. Yes, we did. I think we got it. Activate Constance. Leia. Sun Wukong before Leia activates. Get ready for the hit. Come on, hit me. Hit me. I was like, this is a good run. This is a really good run. 11 million. Maybe I'll break my own record in this run right here with you guys. And let me get one more. Now the last shield we can't get because we're here early. Oh, I can't get Sun Wukong's hit out. 11.21. And now we're on the shield. So there's only 10 seconds left anyways. Even if I was able to take that down, there's no time to do any damage afterwards anyway. So that last one, you're always kind of just stuck dealing with it. Did pretty good. 167 hits left. I consider that they had full damage on there. I mean, it's kind of crazy. 11.219 million. Highest point records has not been updated. Upload the data manually. I feel like the run went extremely well actually, so I'm going to. I'm going to explain why I did that in a minute. Let's check out the damage numbers. We have Sun Wukong at 735 million. We have Kagiri at 734 million. Look at that. That's the closest I've ever seen them. Setchum at 160 million. And then we have Helga at 63.9. And of course, these guys are all just support down here anyways. But Helga is actually doing a decent amount of damage for what it is. All right, so let's hit complete. I'm going to show you something. Because of that difference. Well, what was it? 11.1 anyways. 11.1, yeah. See, I would have fallen down to like 9th place or something like that. That's how tight it is. But if I go and run an auto fight now with that new battle, there's a chance I could score 7 million. There's a chance I could score 9 million. And there's a chance that I could score higher than my score that I have now. Because of the RNG built into Leia's kit and her chances to buff the heroes that are on the team, the fact of the matter is you're going to need to rerun this battle quite a few times in order to get this high on the leaderboards. And if you're really tight not getting your triple S, and you're like really close, maybe you're like 70k away, 100k away, try running it again. Just try it again. Maybe change a few things, make some people a little bit faster. Do what you need to do to give it a shot. But let's see what this damage number comes with here. The real big thing is remembering that you need to activate Sun Wukong before Leia's ultimate activates. But you need to click on Leia's ultimate first. Time it right so that Sun Wukong's ultimate goes into play, and then Leia boosts him in the middle of his hit. And pray that she gives that crit damage boost instead of anything else. The attack speed is nice, sure. There's lots of things that are nice about it, but really what you want is that crit damage boost, so that she can get, or everybody can get that higher damage. The same thing for the Kagiri. There's just a chance that this happens. If you get her ultimate or get her artifact maxed out completely to level 25, it goes to a 100% chance that one of those buffs is going to apply to the allies that are in her range. That means it's going to be attack speed, rage regen, or crit damage. And you just want the crit damage hit. Now you can see I'm sitting here now at 7.6 million. I just ran this fight. I could run it again 5 more times, and one of those fights could be over my record. That's how I actually got that really high score in the first place. It was not a manual run. I was down to 10 million, and I ran it over and over and over and over in the auto battle, probably about 15 times. And I kept climbing 2 spots, 2 spots, 2 spots, and that's where we ended up. Now I kind of ran out of time. I don't really have a lot of time to just keep running it anymore. I'm pretty happy with being number 7, but I want to show you guys the gear and explain what's going on here. Leia is probably the easiest to deal with. You don't really need any healing in Leia, but you do want an invigoration buff. Okay, she is an invigoration. I thought she was in Wings of Grace. You do want the invigoration set or a Wings of Grace set, and you want to have a lot of rage regen on her, and you want to have her built nice and fast. So I think the only thing that really matters is she has some attack. Every piece should have attack speed as a substat or the main. And you could even make her faster. Instead of running the Light's Grace or Salvation, you could run Whirlwind on this side. But I mean, I really have a really nice roll here at 110. But I don't have an attack speed roll on the breastplate, so I could make her faster and make her come back to her ultimate a lot faster and be a little less of an issue. But it's not really much of an issue anyways, as you saw. So that's pretty much what it comes down to. Rage Regen on the ring. Artifact is her euphonic cornet. I think that is a cornet. I don't even know how you say that word. But now we'll look at it this way here. When the ultimate is triggered, there's an 80% chance to grant one of the following buffs to allies within the skill range. Attack speed increases by 60. Rage Regen increases by 30. Crit damage increases by 30. The applied buff lasts until the end of the ultimate, so it's only during her ultimate. Now, upgrading this artifact, all it does is increase the chance that one of these buffs is applied. But that'll eliminate a lot of RNG, save you a lot of time, and then you're guaranteed to have these when you get it all maxed out for a 100% chance. So no matter what, when she activates her ultimate, she will apply one of these buffs to the allies in her range for the duration of her ultimate. You can see why we'd want the crit damage increases by 30%, because the attack speed really isn't going to help us too much in doing damage. And the rage regen increases by 30% we don't really need. I mean, it's nice, but we don't really need it. So maxing out this is really important. So on to Constance. What is Constance even wearing? She has the Wings of Grace set on her with a Calamity set on the left side. You're going to be shooting for attack bonus and flat attack. Rage regen is nice. I don't think it is really needed. 20 to 40% is probably good. Same thing here. Attack bonus, flat attack, a little bit of rage regen. You don't need to worry about heals at all with any of these heroes. Every time you take down the shield, they will get healed. So attack bonus, flat attack, a little bit of rage regen there. That's not the greatest piece, but it works. It's great. Calamity set on the left side, big attack bonus on the weapon. You can't get flat attack here, so do whatever else you really want to do on that. If you can get some rage regen or whatever, I don't really know what else would be really beneficial for her, to be honest with you, for this boss. And then on the breastplate, you want attack bonus with flat attack as well. We're just boosting up her attack as high as possible. Now 16.2k attack, and then we're going to have 40% rage regen. 16.2 attack is really nice. Awakening her to awaken level 2 is much more than you think. So getting that plus 300 attack to her base is going to be the base that they use for all the multipliers. So the extra percentage to your attack is all going to amp up based on how high her base attack is. So that attack plus 300 is actually amazing. Most of our other awakenings, receiving healing, the hero increases attack by 10%. I guess that would be really nice. Actually having the awaken 3, because she'd get a healing. When the shield goes down, she would activate her ultimate. She get an extra 10% attack. This is going to probably put this team up there with Feboo. That would be in the number 1 kind of position. Rage regen plus 1. Let's see, awaken 5 is when attacking enemies blocked by the hero. That's not going to make any difference. So it looks like awaken level 3 would be the optimal place to be. You get that extra plus 300 attack for the base, and then you get that extra 10% attack when receiving healing. And there's a lot of healing that actually goes on passively on the Styx Boss, so she'd have that extra 10% attack quite often. And then onto the artifact. Astral Obelisk is not the ideal artifact. It does work. I like to have the rage regen on there, but going with a Keen Wisdom will get her higher total attack. Now this is when she's at awaken level 2. I don't know if that's the same when she's at awaken level at 1, because she gets that extra base attack boost. So I would suggest going with a Keen Wisdom, and if you can't keep her ultimate going and coming back soon enough, maybe switch over to the Astral Obelisk, depending on whether or not she's messing up your timings or not. So it really depends on you. Now going on to Kagiri, our boy. Let's check out Kagiri. 110k BP. This is where the whaleness is going to kind of show, right? So these heroes are exclusive heroes, and I save for exclusive heroes quite often, and I do massive summonings. For example, Sun Wukong, to get that actually awakened level 3, I ended up summoning like 2,000 summoning crystals to try to get him, and even bought some as well. So I make sure to max out these heroes as soon as I can. Now Kagiri and Sun Wukong are some of the heaviest hitters in the game. Well, they actually are as far as bosses go. So you definitely want to try to use your soul stones on these two as a priority, in my opinion anyways. But anyways, Soul Arcana on both of them. We'll be going for attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage. I would prefer these all to have flat attack. We don't need any rage regen with them. They're fast enough. Like this piece all around would be perfect on all the pieces for Sun Wukong and Kagiri. And now saying that, we're gonna move over to the left side, and I'm gonna go with the Wicked Vengeance set. Sun Wukong and Eerie have very, very high base attack, but they also boost attack. So we're at 27.9k attack, and I'm with a Wicked Vengeance set, okay? So the advantage of the Wicked Vengeance set, you get to have quad rolls, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, and attack bonus. So it doesn't matter if it's Valkyrie's piece, if it's Uriden's piece, whose piece it is, you can put it on these heroes, and you can get advantage of having quad rolls as the main stat. Plus, they can get themselves an extra, 40% crit damage and 10% attack. This is amazing. These pieces are definitely top tier for most of the fighters, or any hero that has a really high base attack. I would say going with Warlord for heroes with true damage, or well, heroes like Praetus or Ingrid stuff though. But now, on the breastplate, you're looking for crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus, and flat attack. I'm going to show you the stats of both of them, but they're both pretty much geared exactly the same. 27.9k attack, we have 1.4 second attack interval, we have 100% crit rate, and we have 348.5% crit damage. Now, and the rage regen is actually at 0. It doesn't need to be any higher than that. You can pump it up all you want. He's not going to come back to 2 hits as far as I know. I've tried and it just doesn't happen. So Sun Wukong, like I said, has the same kind of piece. Here's a Uriden exclusive piece that's on him. Attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus. And then he has a crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus breastplate. Now he does not have a flat attack 4th roll, because I just haven't gotten lucky on the Wicked Vengeance actual breastplate. I bought that out of the shop. So total stats, he's coming in at 27.74k attack. We have 1.5 second attack interval, crit capped, and 336.5% crit damage. which means one of our crit damage rolls, or a couple of them, are probably kind of low on the right side gear here. But same thing, you want attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, and flat attack as much as you can get. Sumu Kwong has the ability to boost his attack, if I can find it. I think it's in his... It must be in here. Yes, the third basic attack. Well, okay, so if summoning Sage's clones is not possible, or there are already 3 Sage's clones, third basic attack will instead increase the hero's attack by 20% for 15 seconds. He doesn't need 3 clones to do this. If he can't get another clone out, he will just give you the 20% boost. So when you have heroes that have the ability to boost their attack by a certain percentage based on a condition, you always want to go with attack percentage. Mains all across the board on the right side, for the most part. For like 99.9% of the time. Somebody else that'd be very similar to that would be Ardia, right? So Ardia has the ability to boost her attack. I think it's by like a whopping 50%. Yes, enters the frenzied state. Attack is increased by 50%. So in order to capitalize on that, you want to have her attack as high as you can get it. And then get your crit damage later, because that's going to be the main damage that you're going to be doing. So if it said decreases your crit damage by 50% post deployment of your total crit damage, then you would want to max out that crit damage as high as possible as well. So that is kind of the gist of those heroes. And then we're going to Helga. Helga is a weird one. Like I said, you do need to have this ultimate at level 3. This is going to give her more time into her ult. Now, we want to read this really carefully. Rapidly strikes the target with the highest HP in range, dealing 22% damage. How much damage she does doesn't even matter. 4 times every X seconds. This X is equal to 30% of her attack interval, which becomes shorter as the hero's attack speed increases. So if you say, let's say you have like a 9 or 0.9, let's say 0.9 attack interval on Helga, then you increase that, or the X becomes 30% of that. So X is going to be 3. So they're going to do doing damage 4 times every 3 seconds. Or you want to have this as low as possible, right? It's really difficult to explain. All you need to know is that getting your attack speed to the lowest attack interval as possible, and increase the amount of hits that she's going to do, because she's just going to keep doing it as long as her ultimate is active. Besides that, I don't really think there's anything that's too important for this, unless you just want to try bring up her damage a little bit, try to get some more damage out of her. So onto the gear. Cataclysm. Why? Well, because she has her own amulet. It is an exclusive piece just for her. Attack speed, attack bonus, crit rate, rage regen. You'd want crit damage on there as well. That'd be ideal. But for exclusive attack speed plus 30, increases Quill Storm's damage by 30%. So it's supposed to increase her damage, but she's not doing a ton in the first place. So you can see I don't even have her crit capped, but you could definitely get some more damage out of her. For the bangle, I have Zealous's bangle here because that's the only nice Cataclysm piece I actually have. But it is very nice. Attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, flat attack. This is what you want. Exactly what you want on all the pieces here. Attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage. That's the North Throne exclusive, which doesn't help her out at all. But we're just getting that attack speed really high. On the left side, we're looking for Whirlwind. If you can't get these crit rate, crit damage, or attack bonus or anything on there, just get your highest attack speed piece on her. That's what you want to do. Same thing with the breastplate. It's going to have to require an ancient, because you can't have attack speed on the breastplate without it being an ancient. So you want to go for really high attack speed, 80, 90, whatever you can possibly get. The highest one you can get. If you can pick up some damage stats along the way, good for it. Now, the artifact is definitely going to be her exclusive. It is Raven's Crest. Increases single target damage by 15%. When the ultimate activates, restores 12% rage. Now, maybe you don't need to worry about single target damage. I don't really know why, but 15% single target damage is very nice. I can't really think of, besides like maybe like a Realm Tear, that could outdo it at its base. But maybe you could go with like an Amulet of Arteries. No, this is going to be magic attack. She's not doing magic damage, I don't believe. Oh, she is. Maybe you can go with Amulet of Arteries because she can hit out some extra hits on them. That's something you could try if you're struggling with getting the shields down as you're going forward. Anything else I can't really think of that would be that great. A Shadow Guard coming out, but that would mess with your clones. Yeah, I just don't think so. So that's the gist of Helga. Let's move on to Setram. Tetram is also another weird one. I went with Infernal Roar and Warlord. Warlord because it has the attack speed and it has the damage on it as well. You can see he actually does some decent damage. He is awakened level 4. I don't know if the awakened 5 duration of overloaded is plus 5 seconds. So I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess that would help a bit, but he's not really there for everything. I would say damage wise, I just want him to be really fast and take down those shields. Increases damage by 3% for each tile between the target and the hero. You can only maximize on that so much. Awaken 2 is attack plus 300. That's always nice. When entering Fortress Stance, grants buffalo up to 2 allies with the highest current attack within range. Deals 30% more damage to enemy units with shields lasting. So that's just the shield breaker awakening there. So it's really not that important. Infernal Roar. Attack bonus, attack speed, really important. Crit rate, crit damage, and some rage regen. I do want a lot of rage regen on your Tetram. Get a lot of rage regen because he's needed to come back to his ult as soon as possible. Attack speed on the amulet. Crit rate, crit damage, attack bonus, and some rage regen. Attack speed because attack speed has a lot of effect on how fast he hits during his ultimate. It has a direct effect on his machine gun, or Fortress Stance, I believe it's called. Infernal Roar ring. Attack bonus, attack speed, crit rate, crit damage, more rage regen. Left side, attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage on the weapon, and then attack speed, crit damage, attack bonus, and rage regen. This is only possible in this combination as of right now, I believe, for Warlord. But you can leave his crit rate a little bit low because during his ultimate, I believe he builds up his crit rate somewhere. Here it is. And the hero attacks one target multiple times, increases crit rate by 1%, and crit damage by 2% each time for 5 seconds. This effect can stack up to 22 times. So you get an extra 22% crit, so you can go up to as low as 78%, and during his ultimate, he'll be doing 100% crit within those 22 hits. So maybe that's something you can take into consideration. Don't worry about crit capping him too much, but I do like to have him at least at 80%. Artifact. Oblivion Pendant. Not necessary. It might be easier for you to manage to go with a Spirit Siphon. What happens is, like, you know, when I said I had to skip one, that's because of the Oblivion Pendant. He adds the self-repair duration by 5 seconds, and he sits in the ultimate a lot longer, but it does help him with rage gen as well. So during his ultimate, he's also building up rage, but the extra 5 seconds sitting there kind of slowly puts him behind the shield a little bit farther and farther and further, and it kind of screws you over in the end. So you'd end up having to skip that. Spirit Siphon is a lot easier to manage. It increases his damage by the full 30%, and you do lose out on some time being in your ultimate form, but for the most part, it's not really needed. So I think that is it for this guide. I hope you guys found it helpful. Good luck on your Styx Boss. If you haven't reached Triple S, I hope this video helps you out in one way or another. Use whatever hero you need to. There's probably plenty of popular heroes in here that you can use that are ground units. Let's see, they even have Valderon on there. Twyla, Lust, Salazar, Arrogance. Those heroes can go down on the field and you can use those instead. Just use a Torador with them to help increase that damage and activate that at the opportune moments. Anyways, guys, that's it for today's video. Hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, make sure you join the Discord. Especially if you have any questions, join the general chat. Go ahead and ask a question. Somebody will answer, if not myself. We also have hero guides, stage guides, price guides, tier list guides, you know, takeovers, everything you could possibly think of there in Discord, and the community is also amazing. And if you would like to support the channel, I would like to ask that if you buy anything in the game, I would be extremely thankful if you would go to prospector.gg, click on one of those Smile One links, and take yourself over to Smile One. That'll activate you purchasing under my exclusive Smile One link, and they do give me some revenue kickback based on what you purchase. If you don't want to go through all that, the Smile One link is always down in the description below. But anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in, and until next time, keep digging.